chat. I sound a bit downtrodden because usually I have a nice little story to get us up and about. I didn't know. I was literally just thinking to myself, what are we going to talk about? And then I looked at you, Dan Const. What is that jumper? I really like it. I've been with you all day. Hadn't taken the time to read what's on your shirt. What?
So it's a pink sweater,
Which I like.
Nice.
Salmon.
Yeah, salmon.
It's nice.
It's very comfortable. It's nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's got a bowl of spaghetti on the crest.
No
there.
sauce, I might add. It's just spaghetti, which is a bit distressing.
I can't really remember what it says. I know roughly what it says, but you have to read. I can't see it because I'm wearing it.
Eat spaghetti to forgetty your regretty. I tell you what, that's as good as it gets. Well done.
Yeah, so Beck actually bought this. My wife bought this jumper online. It arrived and it was like a weird cut, too big for her. She tried it on. It's like, oh, this isn't for me. And I tried it on. She was like, damn it looks great on you.
You love free stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, good.
So that's how, yeah.
Well, and that's how we go straight into BackChat. Here we go. Socials, you can find us, BackChat _. Make sure you're following across there. I didn't check. I reckon we could be at 10,000 right now. Can we have a quick look?
I'm going to just say we will be because when I checked before.
I know. People know that we aren't live, so it's okay to speak about. Right now, we're at 9991.
Okay.
9 followers. I reckon by the time you hear this, we might have tipped over the 10K mark.
We definitely would have.
Oh, Dan's very confident, but who knows? You can send
I'm
it out to the
create
family.
9 accounts then.
Okay, very good. Good luck with that. So there you go. Almost at 10,000 followers across Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Fun stuff over there, actually. Hello at backchatpodcast.com.au. That'll get any of us. It'll get us for you. Send it, we read it. You can send us an email about anything you like and we'll read it out.
We will.
Pretty
And
good shit, really.
we're also on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is just going step by step in a positive direction. You can see everything we do there. We put it all up on there too.
We had one go very, very big over at the Hamish Brayshaw episode. One of our most well-received episodes.
Yes.
I wonder if you're listening along and you did enjoy that. Maybe we could find some more players like that. You know, that don't have the accolades that some of our guests have had, but good stories.
He still played in a game of AFL football, which is elite.
I don't even think that's a prerequisite. I mean, there's guys that don't play that would be just as good storytellers. Anyway, I digress. Backchatpodcast.com.au. That's our website. Our patrons. Now, we've added some more discount codes over there. We do have another sponsor coming on board, which we'll be announcing next week on the show. That's the place you want to be if you want discounts for what you need to do. So if you want a discount on whiskey, Whippersnapper Distillery, sitting right here. If you're watching along, it's always there.
That bottle right there.
Yes.
World's best single grain malt whiskey. No, not malt whiskey. I don't know. I added malt in.
The good thing is they know whiskey. We don't. But they do some bloody good
We just
whiskey.
not taste bloody good.
Yeah, correct. You can get a discount on whiskey. You can get a discount on Shelter beers once I sort my stuff out. Shelter Brewing Co., sponsors of the podcast. You can get discount on coffee. Margaret River Roasting Co. They do all sorts of coffee. I don't know much about coffee other than
they do pods as well.
Pods for the podcast? Have we not spoken about this?
Well, I think we have.
Oh boy. And Bluebet, they'll sort you out too. That's where you can get all the good stuff over at Patreon. So if you want to become a patron of the podcast, which is effectively the VIPs of the podcast, you want to get everything early, you want us to be in direct communication with you before stuff comes out. We released something else today. Well, not today, over the weekend. I'm going to speak about it a little bit later on, but a discount code went straight through Patreon. So if you want those discount codes and you want first access, sign up to Patreon as a patron. You can find that on our website. All the links are through there. Bunch of stuff over at our website, actually. You can
so much going on.
Fines.
Yes.
You can be a patron.
It's like a proper website now where you can actually do things. There's no games tab.
Yeah. Why isn't there a games tab? Charlie.
We need a gamer.
We don't. Yes. No, we don't need a gamer. And also we're doing 4 podcasts a week. So if you haven't got on that train yet, you can find us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Review on Monday, BackChat on Tuesday, Guest Wednesday, Preview on Thursday.
Of the AFL round. Yep.
So
the Shelter Footy Cast. It's been very good.
I don't know how much more we can give, really. Like that is content right there.
It's a lot. It's good.
It's as good as your shirt, your jumper. Now, let's go a whip around the league. Just some quirky things that popped up. Well, this one's not quite quirky. We're going to start with Bailey Smith, the Basilenka, the big dog.
Yes.
Some interesting things happening with him. So we spoke about him last week, headbutting people.
Yep. A person.
Yeah, that's correct. And it's sort of, I guess, unraveled over the weekend for him in the illicit drug area, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. Some off-field stuff.
So there's lots of different issues here. There's drugs in society, young people. There is the mental health aspect that's been put around both by Bailey, his statement, the club, and now the AFL. There's an AFL investigation into the illicit drug side of things. There's also the illicit drug policy at the AFL. And there's fame, fortune, and celebrity status that all comes with it, and the role model element too.
At the age of 20.
Quite a bit to unpack. Where would you like me to start?
I mean, what would be happening at the club at the moment? Would he still be there? Would they be giving him some time off to?
So people that don't know what's happened, right? Over the weekend, some footage emerged of Bailey Smith on a dance floor, looking like he was doing something, he shouldn't have been doing, and then a photo came out of him holding a bag of white powder. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what's happened.
Yes.
I'm not speaking out of school there. Since then, within 24 hours, the club and Bailey Smith both came out with statements, basically saying, yes, that's me. This is when it happened. This is what was in the bag. This is the decisions I made. I was going through a pretty rough time in my life. The mental health card was played. Now, I say the mental health card because that's how it's referred to. But my opinion on that, I'm going to start there. The mental health element. I think, of course, there's a mental health element. Any decisions you make in life are from your brain. And when you make bad ones, it is to do with your mental health. Now, that doesn't mean that you have crippling depression.
A diagnosed condition.
Or anxiety or a mental condition. Mm-hmm. But everything you do is you do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so when people speak about in a bad space mentally, I can empathise with that because that's what happens. That's genuinely when you make bad decisions. Is
clouded
when
judgment.
Yeah, when you're not all going well for you. But, it might not have anything to do with being a footballer. Like everyone who's listening to this right now would have been through stages of your life where it's not all going well for you and you make poor decisions.
Yes.
Right? And now this is amplified because this man is probably the most marketable, popular player in the AFL, which is the most popular sport in Australia. And he now has images of himself coming out and doing something wrong.
Yes.
Is he the first young person to have done this?
No.
In society? 100% no. Is he the first young person player, AFL player, to have done this?
No.
No. Are there others that would be like, oh, geez, I thank God there's no photos of me floating around? Absolutely there is. So, look, is this a Bailey Smith issue? Yeah, it is because it's him who's made the decisions, but also it's a bigger issue. It's a societal issue, especially dealing with these guys, 18 to 25 or 30, high-risk taking individuals that, to be honest, you go out these days and you're just as likely to be offered drugs as you are a beer, which 30 years ago, that wasn't the same. But that's what happens right now.
Yep.
And there'll be people listening that know that's the case, and that's the truth. So, bad situation to be in. We might ask Andrew Embley a little bit about it tomorrow on the show.
Yep.
Given the Ben Cousin element.
Yes.
Because it's not the drugs element that I actually relate to there. It's the popularity element. He's the most popular person going around.
You were around the club when all of that was unfolding with Ben Cousins.
Yep. Yeah, I was. And like his popularity was second to none. Like he was good looking, he was athletic, and he was marketable. Yeah. And he didn't have social media, Ben Cousins. So got social media now with Bailey Smith. He's the most followed person in the AFL, and I think he's clearly made some poor choices, but I think how he's dealt with it. I used to think when I was a player, spoken a little bit about this, but I used to actually think if something went wrong with me away from the football field, or even on the football field, to be honest, I used to actually visualise how I would deal with it. I don't know if other players did that, but I used to think, what would I do if something went wrong? Would I, deny? Hopefully, people cover my tracks and be vague
sort of
about
swept
it
under the rug a bit.
Or I did used to think exactly what Bailey Smith's done: put out a statement, do a press conference if needed,
front foot it.
Yeah, and answer questions, because the media these days, like if they get their answers, they're done. They're on to the next thing. Like everything in life, you move on very quickly if you know what's going on.
You sort of talked about it a little bit on the Shelter Footy cast with the Melbourne incident at the restaurant. So Melbourne didn't come out and tell the full story, and it sort of bit them in the arse because then people knew the truth, and then the truth emerged, and it didn't look good on the club.
Not only does it look like they're lying, so they're probably not. They just probably don't have all the information, but then the media goes trying to look for the information, and then some other stories start coming out about Simon Goodwin.
Yeah.
That's why when I speak about how clubs respond to things, like they butchered that, and West Coast butchered the hippie club thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not truthful and honest and open at the start, then people are like, well, what's actually going on here? And some more questions get asked.
You said that there would be a point of contact at the club where you make a phone call and you say, let's say you're that person. Will, there's a video that's just come out of me doing this, this, and this. I'm going to tell you the full story so you know it all, so that we can be proactive with this instead of not telling you everything and hoping that we get away with it.
I would not be surprised if the Western Bulldogs knew about this a long time ago, and the AFL. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't the first they've learned of this. They knew it existed. We'll see if it comes out. If it comes out, this is what we're going to do about it.
Yeah, because they're not going to just put it out there and say, hey, just in case you guys see it.
Yeah, some people might be listening and think, oh, why wouldn't you just... But, I think enough people have stuffed up in their lives that if, you're not going to come out in front of 5 million people and be like, hey, guys, this is what's going on.
Yep.
But clearly you got to own it if it does happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did know prior.
Yep. Okay.
My overall thoughts on it, he's going to get punished. He'll get punished more than he's missing already. I think the AFL will be a bit derelict in their derelict in their duty to the league and to other players to not punish him. You can't just be doing illicit drugs, and
they have to be careful of setting precedent that they're not
distribute. And then don't do anything with Bailey because he's clearly gone through some mental health stuff, which I think is fine. Like I don't think it's an excuse. I don't think it's a card to play. It's just what's happened.
True. Yeah.
But if you let him, nothing happens to him, then the next person, they will make an example of him. Unfortunately, I think. But that's how it goes. Now, on to happier and brighter things.
Yes.
Over the weekend, we released our first bit of merch.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it across social media, we released some merch. Now, I know there'll be just some disappointed people because realistically, we need some BackChat merch.
Yeah. And that's coming. That's coming.
I don't want to tell people that is on the way. Mm-hmm. But there's a bit of fun. There's a bit of a shout out to our beautiful fans down at Fremantle. Charlie, hey? You happy with this or what?
Oh, I'm very happy. I've already thrown out the rest of my clothes.
Flagmantle merch. That's right. We have Flagmantle tees and Flagmantle crews, so jumpers.
Sweaters.
Just like this salmon sweater. Mm-hmm. It'll actually go nicely with that salmon sweater. We've got that for sale. That's on Instagram. It's on our website.
Yep.
You can buy it across there.
I will buy one.
It's a pre-order, so they're not going to come to you tomorrow. But
that's fine.
They'll be with you in about 3 or 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. We're just getting them made now. So pre-orders are open. You can find that on our website, which is backchatpodcast.com.au/merch.
Yep.
Or on Instagram. Just look for the pretty little picture that Sammy did up at the Flagmantle stuff. I got to say, when I first saw it, I was like, give me 10.
Yeah, for sure.
It is genuinely good.
Yep.
Not a Fremantle fan. No. Not a West Coast fan. But this is a Flagmantle tee, Flagmantle jumper. It's got a big guy, looks a little bit like Charlie, who's been in the gym for a little bit longer than Charlie, maybe.
Yep.
Very happy with himself. You are literally going to wear this at all times?
Well, let's say there's 7 days of the week, so you'd need at least 7 there plus a few extras for washing. So I'd say about 20.
What happens, quite a question's been asked, because there is a lot of West Coast fans listening along. I'm sure you all know Fremantle supporters, by the way, so it's a beautiful present to give if you do want to do that. What happens if Fremantle don't win the flag? Is it a waste, or you have it?
No, the thing is there's no year on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can wear it, into the future.
I will say this, though. I did hear that a lot of the Freo players had heard about the T-shirt, and they did know that if a certain amount gets sold, like if everyone's wearing them, it will really, encourage the boys to get around it to win the grand final.
Got some good sources.
The more people that buy them, the more the Fremantle players will be encouraged to win. So,
Flagmantle merch available on Instagram. That's right, backchat__ or backchatpodcast.com.au. Charlie will be packing these individually, just so you know. Girls.
Spraying a bit of cologne on each one.
Just rubbing them through his hair. No, we won't be doing that. No, we won't be doing that. But Charlie will be packing some of these. Might a little personalised message, maybe, Charlie?
Yeah, maybe a signature or two.
So ladies, if you do want the signature, if you want Charlie's signature, get on there, order that. They're a certain amount of money. I don't really want to get all salesy, but jump on, have a look. It'll be good. Yeah. Now, what about this one? Collingwood. What's going on there with Milestone games?
So 2 weeks ago, it 2 weeks ago now? When it just depends when this released. So 2 rounds ago, Hawthorn played Collingwood.
Yes.
And it was the 250th game for Bruce and Shields.
Yep.
Big moments.
250 is big.
It is. Actually, before we get... hang on, I'll tell the rest of the story. So Darcy Cameron, same round, celebrating his 40th game, which isn't usually a milestone. People don't put up banners for 40th. You don't get like a...
Darcy Cameron celebrating his 40th game.
That's right. So Collingwood guys said, you know what, we're going to go up against a team now that's got a lot of pressure, 250 games. It's a big one. They all need to band together.
It's motivating.
Two of the biggest names of the club.
Yes.
Let's just make something for our own to get around. So they thought Darcy Cameron's 40th game, we're going to get around him.
Did they put it on the banner or was this just internal?
No, it was just internal. They had messages from players and messages from his girlfriend, like, go well on your 40th.
Wow.
Is there any sort of pressure
I love that.
when you come up against... So you would have played again in games where like, it's Pav's 150th or 200th, whatever.
150th. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Games.
That's right. Was there any sort of... I don't know. Teams always say like, we don't focus on anything else on the outside. It's all about ourselves. But is there some sort of...
Well, no, it's nothing on the opposition, but I love that Collingwood did that. Like, that's hilarious. But like, as a player, when you play in a milestone game for a player, you lift. Like, you want to play well in their milestone game. So I think Collingwood would have been... It's nothing about Collingwood. They would have just known that Hawthorn would have been up and about trying to do something for a couple of legends of their team.
Yep.
And to make light of it in that way, it's not disrespecting the other players.
No. No, I mean, no, it's not.
A little bit borderline. I like it. Don't worry, I like it.
I didn't cheer him off or anything.
Absolutely love it. I did actually catch up with Sam Mitchell for a beer before the game.
Okay.
Around to Sam's house. Well, he's
not before, like
hotel room on a Friday night.
Yeah, right.
And this is just for our BackChat listeners. I like a little bit of insight that I wouldn't say this in normal media, but went around to Mitch's hotel room, caught up with him, and he... I'm stitching him up here a bit. He said they watched the milestone games of Bruce and Shield that week.
Right.
And Bruce, one of the best you'll ever see.
Yep.
Snaps, don't argues, tackles, balking. Had something funny to say about his though. He shows no emotion on his face. When he's getting tackled by four blokes, spins out, kicks the goal. While getting tackled, no emotion. After kicking goal, no emotion. He's the most emotionless player he thinks to ever play the game.
To Switzerland.
But an outstanding highlights tape. Liam Shields, on the other hand, been a warrior for that football club, but just very meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Tackles.
Right.
Yeah. Manning up his man on the wing.
Yeah.
I don't know, shaking his opponent's hand on the weekend. It's just not highlight riddled, but clearly been a big servant of that football club. So it was just a funny juxtaposition between the two. Yep. I thought I'd share with everybody.
We watched some of your highlights the other day.
Yeah, that'll go down as one of the great highlight videos the West Coast ever seen. Some people and very important people at West Coast, Captain Luke Shuey, say two best he's ever seen. Chris Judd, Will Schofield. And I do not even slightly laugh. We'll have Luke Shuey back on this podcast because we had him episode 1.
7 or something. Yeah.
We need him back properly.
Yep.
You put that down, Charlie. Put that down on the Luke Shuey list. Okay. I know we got one of those. Ask Luke about the best highlight. I'm telling you. Okay. Mine, mate.
Yeah.
That's why it's so exciting watching. It's just it's good viewing. Even you're just football fans everywhere. Just look, it's going. Bouncing, carrying, tackling, whatever I need to do, spoiling. Now, had a big moment during the week. So not only did we release Flagmantle.
Been a busy past few days.
Yeah, Flagmantle out. Big for the Freo Football Club. I had a big moment for the West Coast Eagles Football Club. Number one that I'd like to reveal here on BackChat.
Yes.
Chris Marston is back with the football club. There's been a mid-season recruit into the football department. Chris Marston, runner.
How?
He's runner. He's runner.
Number 17.
He ran for in the Adelaide game. First player runner to ever wear the jacket. He wore the pink jacket, zipped up, whole game. No one's ever worn it before, but Masto had it on.
When he's running out.
Yeah, he had the pink. He was very happy with the kit. all reports. But I think it's a good move by West Coast. It's like having another player. A good runner is like having another player. A bad runner is completely irrelevant. Like, as a runner, you can actually give voice and instruction that impacts players. A bad runner doesn't. A bad runner just comes out and says, Dan, get off the ground. A good runner
too good.
A good runner understands the way you want to play, and if you're going well or poorly, can give you specific instruction as a player that you understand that will impact it.
Right.
So, not saying anything on the West Coast runners of the past, but I think West Coast made a good appointment there in Chris Marston.
There you go.
Moving along though, Brad Sheppard on this podcast we revealed that he had not received his 2020 All-Australian jacket.
Disgusting.
Neither did
behaviour.
Liam Ryan. We didn't realise that, but we also found that too.
Liam was on the podcast to tell us.
Well, I hope you've seen it. If you haven't, on social media, we went around to Brad's house over the weekend and we bloody gave it to him.
Yes.
We found the jacket. We got the All-Australian jacket and gave it to him.
And we delivered. We said what we're going to do. We did it.
Gil McLaughlin, nah.
Yeah.
Trevor Nisbet, nah. Dan and Will at BackChat, Charlie, Kat, Indy, Sammy, the crew.
Got it.
Yes. Delivered it to him, hand-delivered it to him.
Hand-delivered, that's right.
There's a bit of an incident at the end of the video as well. If you want to have a look, jump on Instagram, BackChat _. That was one of my proudest BackChat moments.
Yeah, I could tell.
Mate, to give someone their All-Australian jacket they haven't had for 2 years, and the club's been saying that they couldn't get it. Like, come on now.
It took us all but 5 minutes.
We
worked hard for that.
Bloody good stuff there.
Very good.
Okay, so Brad Sheppard's got his jumper, his blazer.
Yep.
But talking about blazers, morphing that into Guernseys, into jumpers.
And having said that as well, Shep was making up for a lot of lost time.
Loved
that
it.
blazer.
It's quite a funny video. Before we do move on, the AFL's bloody sent it over in on the video. It might look like we've just mocked up a box. They've sent it in a file
like
storage
office archival box.
They've just grabbed a box from the ground. I guarantee you that it's like, oh shit. What do we got lying around?
That box over there?
What's all that shit 2020 records lying around? Just chuck them out, chuck that blazer in there. Like, not wrapped, no, it was just folded in half, chucked in a box. Like, come on now.
Yeah. I expected like a suit zip up sort of thing.
Yeah.
Nah, box.
No padding, nothing. Just in a box. It had holes in it.
It was raining. Come on.
Oh, very good. Best worst jumper in the world. Best worst Guernsey. Thanks to Sports Gear Australia. That we did announce that the Marvel Thor had won that. We announced a winner. We
did.
Span the wheel, big wheel, a lot of entries.
So many names.
The winner, you can announce it. I don't want to announce it.
Robert Goodsell.
Bobby Goodsell.
Bobby G.
Got to be honest, really good name.
Great name.
Really good name. So Robert Goodsell, he is the winner of the competition. So Marvel Thor won. The deal was you send in your emails. You send them. We'll award them.
Yeah.
Robert Goodsell was the winner.
Yep.
He wins a Marvel Thor jumper. Now, the guys at Sports Gear Australia, sportsga.com.au, that's what they do. They find player issue jumpers and you can buy them on their website, which is what I just said. There's a discount code for patrons. There's also a discount code just for listeners, BackChat 10. So you can go on there and buy it. I've spoken to Marshy and the boys over there.
And Crowy.
It's proving a difficult thing to find, the Marvel Thor jumper. But
I'll find it.
Rest assured, we will find that for you, Robert, and you are the winner, Robert. So
well done.
All you have to do to claim that is give us $1,000 into a bank account and we'll send it back over to you. We'll send you that free of charge. We could use the box that Shep's blazer came in.
Oh, we should have kept it.
This is the box that Shep's blazer came in. Very good. Now, just before
Robert.
Just before we get on to a big, I think a big reintroduction to this podcast, very big segment coming up. Nice little Swampy stat. You know Sir Swamp thing over on Twitter? Yeah. So we've got a big guest coming up, Andrew Embley, tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that Cooking with Embers. Thinks he can cook. Can't quite cook. He used to have a restaurant. Used to, I don't know, just go and sit in the corner and watch everyone do the work. But asked for a stat on Andrew Embley, and I thought this was a very good one for Sir Swamp thing. Of the VFL, AFL players he's the only VFL, AFL player with one Norm Smith medal and one career win at the finals at the MCG, plus Luke Shuey.
Yep.
So Luke Shuey, Andrew Embley, only blokes ever to only had one win at the MCG in a final and win a Norm Smith.
Very impressive.
I thought it was quite strange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, West Coast WA players don't play many finals at Melbourne unless it's probably the end one.
That's it. It's time for Dan's Challenge. Anyways, I don't care. Shut up. Dan's Challenge. It's back. This was a big part of what we used to do at BackChat. I think
it sort of launched the podcast, really.
I think we did 2. Then we've done 2 Dan's Challenges.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
One was a demerit point challenge.
Yes.
Where we rang WA licensing and figured out how many demerit points we're on.
Yeah.
You were well ahead on that.
Yeah, I you know what?
Ahead. I mean,
behind. I'd only had 2. You'd had 10, and I think that following weekend I got 2 speeding fines. It was a lot. There was a calmer.
I think I potentially lost my license, but because of my wife, driving my car not long ago, and we had to go through the process of, hey, that's not me with the long hair driving.
Right.
You can tell it's not me because it's not a bald person driving the car. Anyway, I digress. We're going to do a dance challenge.
Yes,
What's it called?
What's the challenge called?
Well, I know what the segment's called. It's called Dance Challenge.
It's the Uber rating challenge.
Right.
It's self-explanatory.
Tell me about that, Dan.
So obviously your driver, I use Uber a fair bit. You would use it a fair bit. Drive
Yes.
responsibly if you're going out for a beer or something.
Yeah.
And the Uber driver gives you a little rating out of 5 stars at the end of your journey. Now,
Before we get on our own, do you give 5-star all the time, like no matter what, or you give a truthful?
I can't remember the last time I actually gave a rating. I just skip.
Okay. Well, thanks for indulging me there. What about you, Charlie? Do you a 5-star, or if someone gives you a bad ride, are you giving them a 3-star?
I think I've always given the 5-star.
You got it right.
Yeah.
It's not.
No time out of my
I think
day.
Dan's actually lying to us. You'd be the sort of person that come out like, I didn't have the tissues in the middle of the thing.
I'll give him 4.1.
Yeah, correct.
No. I'm, generally speaking, rating, I'm either a 5 or a 1. Like, it's good or bad. I just want a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
You're dishing out the ones.
Well, I don't. I'm just saying generally in ratings.
Well, you've just said that.
If something's bad, I'll give it 1.
Do you think that's how people treat you on this app?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, we're about to find out.
Yes.
This is the Uber rating challenge where you can play along at home. Get your Uber app out.
Yeah.
Have a look at your star rating. I want to know what the worst is. If you've got a bad one, chuck it into You Send It, We Read It maybe, or send us at socials.
Literally go to the top right of Uber, tap on the little avatar, and it will come up.
Who wants to go first? Let's just have a bit of a poll. Who thinks who's going to be the worst here? I think I'll have the worst.
I think I'll have the worst.
I think I will.
Okay.
Kat?
I think I'll have the best.
I hope to God Kat has just a shocking Uber rating over there. Just the nicest person, like a pleasant person to be around.
Yeah.
Like really nice.
Thank you for dropping me off.
You're like 2.5 stars. Get out of the car. Sick of it. I'll go first.
You go first.
I think it would be commonly thought that I'd have the worst. People find me a bit abrasive sometimes, can be a bit, a bit abrupt.
Yep.
Maybe. 4.75.
Okay.
4.75.
Okay.
Happy with that? Unhappy? I mean, it's quite good.
It is what it is.
4.5.
Yeah.
All right, you go, Charlie.
Charlie?
4.62.
Oh, Charlie's been spewing up in the back of the Uber.
Yeah. Status spews.
4.62. I'll tell you what, that's quite low.
yeah.
I'm going to
That
leave
is low,
Kat to
actually.
last.
All right, I got a 4.8.
Of course you
Oh.
do. You're such a nice bloke. Sorry. Do you want me to leave? You want me to dust off your seat after I get off? Mate,
I've just left a pack of gum here for the
4.8.
next person.
How do you even do that?
I'm actually thinking. I thought that was low. I was worried.
4.8's good, mate. Like very good.
All right, Kat.
Very good. Kat, what have you got? I will say, we made a rule no one show each other before the thing. So
Yes.
I wanted a bit of a surprise reaction. So, okay, so 4.8.
Yep.
Dan leads the way. 4.75 Schofield. 4.62. I'm telling you, Charlie, that's bad.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
telling you
bad.
that's bad. It's really bad. It means you've had some bad runs. Kat?
Well, it's not as good as I thought it was then. It is 4.72.
Oh, you're sucked in, Kat. Yeah, you're so nice. Sucked in. How good's that? But look, a couple of mature heads. Look at these children over here.
I bet they're screaming in the back. Change the song.
Do you have any bad Uber moments that you can remember that might have brought your ratings down? Kat's nodding away. Oh, Charlie, while you have a think, Kat, what have you done over there? Because you're nodding away.
It wasn't what I did, but
Here we go.
I've had a couple of friends spew in the Uber that I've ordered. Yeah.
That's unlucky.
No, it's disrespectful.
Choose better friends. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've never had a spew, or myself or any of my mates, but I think I was always the one ordering the Ubers with my mates, and they'd always be screaming in the back. I've had a mate.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses.
Were they listening to the Bailey Smith off the top? When you stuff up, you make a poor decision.
Front
You
foot
own it. Okay, you own it. Neither of you have owned it.
I've had a mate pull out a vape in the Uber, and I was.
Is he listening?
No, he's still deflecting, pointing fingers.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah,
So I win.
I guess they have a long time to make up for.
Yeah.
You know,
I reckon how
some
many.
years.
I don't know if you can see how many rides you've had.
I'd love to really break it down.
I've had a lot of rides, so I'm happy. I'm actually happy then 4.8.
Let us know on BackChat _. We might even put a little poll up on Instagram, I think, Charlie. I think that would be a nice thing to add along to things we have to do. The things we say we do, we're going to do. We're getting better at that, I believe.
Yes.
So, you win.
I do.
What do you get?
Pride, power. Do you know what that's from?
That is from Kiss the Egg.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, cool runnings.
Yes, great. Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
Look in the mirror. Tell me what you see. I see pride. I see power.
I said a badass motherfucker.
I think it's a PG movie. I don't think it's an MF in there.
All right, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the rest of the quote. Charlie, if you could look that up, please. Cool runnings, in the mirror quote. Thank you. And I'll get that towards the end of this show. All right, exciting news. Beers with BackChat is back, baby.
Number 2.
Version 2.
First one was that good.
It was actually quite good. We just haven't had our shit together to organise another one. But we've done it. We've got a date. We've got a venue.
Yes.
30th of June. So it's coming up.
Very soon.
3 weeks away. Venue to be announced.
We can say it's in like the inner city,
Inner city area, Thursday the 30th of June, 7 p.m. start time. There is a game of footy that night. So we may actually bring the start time forward a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
So we could watch the footy together.
We'll confirm that time though, but that's the date. Save that.
Beers with BackChat, going to be great. There are a couple of caveats on it, which I'd love to have 1,000 people there, but the venue will not hold that. So this first Beers with BackChat will be for patrons only.
Yes.
Now, just to think about how the patron process works.
Yes.
It's a monthly fee that gets deducted once a month. Now, if you want to come to this, just sign up as a patron. Costs you $5 for the month. Tickets are free for patrons.
Yes.
So it's a $5 sign up. Get to come with Beers with BackChat. Some beers will be on the house.
Yes, that's right.
Don't know if all beers will, but
no, not all beers. But
given we're sponsored by Shelter Brewing Co., Whippersnapper Distillery, if you don't drink, Margaret River Roasting Co., drinks are sorted.
Absolutely.
So I know Beers with BackChat, you'd think just beers, not just beers available.
No, you can have a soda water if you want.
You can have a whiskey soda if you want. So Beers with BackChat will be happening. We'll be watching the Thursday night game on 30th of June. If you want to come along, it will be a ticketed event, but tickets are free. It's just so we know who's coming.
That's right. Yep.
We don't want
3 people to rock up. If 3 people get tickets, we'll still do it. It'll be the best night of those 3 people's lives.
Correct.
But we also don't want 800 people just to rock up at the door.
Have a bit of a chat. I'll tell you what else will be there. Signed photo of you and I.
That's
that we've been promising to our patrons. So if you're a patron and you want that signed photo, I'd be coming along to this 30th of June event.
We're not going to post them all out. That's where they'll be available. You come and get them.
Beers with BackChat, some fun things on the night, few events, few things, few laughs, few beers, no doubt. BackChat bets powered by Bluebet. Right. Last week, and I'm talking last week's show, we put it together a $2 multi.
Yes.
And we received not only one, but multiple points of feedback that said it wasn't daring enough. I don't know. But we won.
Yeah.
Right?
Double your money. Yeah, I'm
if
unhappy
you bet on
with
a
that.
line, if you bet on a line in a game of footy, for people that don't bet, they give you a line. They give you a margin that they think your team's going to win or lose by.
Yes.
Do you know what you get for picking the right line?
$1.89.
$1.90.
Yep.
Right. So not only did we match that, we got you another 10 cents on top of that.
$2.
So anyway, we took that feedback on board. We're more risky. We tried to put together a royal bet, which was bloody fun actually.
Yeah,
to
it was.
be honest. Yep. So we went Fife and Tatum combined for 50 plus points and touches.
Yes.
I had to ask who Tatum was, to be honest.
Jason Tatum. He's probably the best player of the Boston Celtics who are in the finals against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah,
right.
NBA. We thought we'd just mix it up a bit.
Well, it was your bet, and it lost. Tatum, 23 points, Fife had 22, which was exactly what I thought he'd have.
Yeah, I was hoping Tatum would give us 27, 28 points.
So let's just say that wins. Okay? We're going nicely.
Okay.
It doesn't win, and the multi-bet's over. Okay. Let's say it does. Harry Perryman. On Max King, kicks a couple of goals.
Of course.
Right? So King, Royal, King, right? Get it?
Yep.
And the first one, don't know what it had to do with Royals, but it was
Kings
good anyway.
Kings of the team.
Okay, Kings were the big game. Harry Perryman. Prince Harry Perryman.
Yeah.
Get it? Prince Harry?
Yep.
Prince Harry Perryman, 20 plus disposals. He's gone into the midfield.
That's a lock.
Mark McVeigh's playing him as an on-baller, right? He's had 30 for the last 4 weeks in a row. 20 touches. They do that at half time.
Yep.
Next minute, Prince Harry gets his 6 ribs broken in one of the biggest contests I've seen in a long time on AFL football field. You came to work today and you said, Harry Perryman, 6 touches.
Yeah. I had a look.
I was like, it was 6 minutes into the game, he'd had 6 touches and broke 6 ribs. So not going too well. Hoskinelli, I don't even know if he kicks a goal or not.
Doesn't matter.
The multi-bet was over. But we are trying to provide some entertainment, and we would appreciate you jumping on for some banter because we enjoy the banter. You can do that on Bluebet. You can find the links in our social links. You can find it on our website, blue bet, multi. We'll put something funny together. Maybe around that pink salmon jumper you got on. I think that might be nice. Now, on the betting stuff, though, we did have a couple of messages about our guest next tomorrow, which is Andrew Embley.
Yes.
He won the Norm Smith in 2006, which betting was a thing then, of course. But it's probably moved on a little bit from then. We believe his odds were somewhere between $20 and $25 on the day to win the Norm Smith medal. To win the Norm,
yep.
Which, quite honestly, is a lot of money if you wanted to go that way and back it in.
Usually the favourite's around, $3 or $4, right?
Listen to some of these. Lisa Rue, she told us on Instagram, how can I forget that Norm Smith medal winning performance? Won myself $2,500 and my husband $3,000 with that medal.
Blimey.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's a lot.
Brandon Bird gets in touch with us on Twitter. Guys, behind us at the 2006 Grand Final were Adelaide supporters. Right, so remember West Coast beat Adelaide in the prelim in 2006.
Yes.
Who bought tickets in hope, but clearly disappointed. Yep. Saw what Embers did that day. Apparently had $2,000 on Embers at 20-1. So can confirm the 20-1 aspect because he was paying about 20-1. Did they win 2,000? But this says they put $2,000 on the nose. Feel they were fairly pleased with the day that they had.
What's the maths on that,
Charlie? 20 times 2,000. You'd think it'd be
$40,000.
No, 400,000.
40,000. Yeah,
it's not 40,000. Is it more? Surely it's more than 40,000.
20 times 2,000. 10 times 2,000 is 20,000.
My brain's hurting.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't think they won $40,000. I'm gonna say that they won. I reckon they put $100 on it.
This could be a Brad Sheppard moment. Like this could be a Brad Sheppard moment.
Sure. Brad Sheppard.
$2,000 on 20-1. I'm still rattled by that. Anyway, if you're listening along and you want to correct me, just find me. Okay, I'll
find you $40,000.
If we can get the people sitting behind Brandon Bird at the GF in 2006 to just let us know how much money they won, that'd be great.
Yep.
I thought I'd just throw that in. That's a little betting update thanks to Bluebet. Mm-hmm. Now, bloody good stuff. Fantasy's going well still. Our man at the top still sits there. Hot Guys team, I will just say, not a great week for the Hot Guys team.
Okay.
Bailey Smith headbutts someone, gets 2 weeks. Bailey Smith decides to put some stuff up on social media.
Yep.
Now going to be missing not only the bye, the 2 weeks for the headbutt, probably have a bit more of a holiday as well. So the king, the captain, the man that leads the Hot Guys team.
The hottest.
He's the hottest guy there. Alex, my wife, her team, not a great side. She could be inside the top 10 inside the BackChat league though. And we will be giving away 2 grand final tickets in that league.
Yep, to the winner.
Now, I'm feeling fine. How you feeling?
Very good.
I think it's time for fines.
Okay, let's find some people. Hopefully not me.
Now, how this works is through my time as an AFL footballer, I was fine master across multiple years and found that element cathartic at stages. It was a nice way to get things off your chest.
Yep.
If you've been carrying them around, get it out there in the open, put a couple of dollars in a tin, and then we get to move on. So with the Mayor Melksham thing, I would have hoped the fines master at Melbourne had a video ready to go of Muhammad Ali fighting George Foreman with their heads superimposed across. Right. $5 fine to both of you blokes. Get them both knocked out on the ground.
Yep.
Move on. Have a laugh.
Yeah,
going.
good.
So that's what the fines is about.
Yeah, sure.
And we've got our own session here on BackChat where you, the people, can write in your fines. You can jump on the website, click on the fines tab. You can within reason, dictate your $2 price tag. Correct?
Yeah, within reason.
Charlie, do we collate the charity suggestions?
Yes, I've got a list of those charity suggestions.
Okay, great. So what we want to do is we're going to collate the money that gets put in for these fines and we're going to donate them to a charity at the end of the year.
That's right.
Or charities. We ask for suggestions during the week. Can you give me a bit of a sample size of these, Charlie?
Just have to open it
and
up.
And the money, like obviously people aren't sending in money for the fines.
No, yeah, the money we're going to donate. Yeah,
you select the amount.
Yeah, and Charlie will put the money out of his own bank account in there. No, as BackChat, we're gonna distribute it across a few charities throughout the year, right? So that's how fines works. If you want to get involved, you can send them in. Don't send them by email. Jump on the website and put it in, and you can stitch up yourself. You can stitch up your friends. You can stitch up us when we stuff stuff up.
Yeah, please
like
do.
I couldn't figure out 2,000 times 20. I'm still thinking about it. Talk to me, Charlie.
Oh, we've got a couple of very good suggestions here.
Okay.
So, Beyond Blue.
Thank you for that summary, though. It's like, these are shocking suggestions. Hate these charities. On blue, yep.
360 Street Doctor.
Okay.
Socket to sarcoma.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's sarcoma type of cancer.
Yep.
Scott Spalding, his family quite involved with that. Yes, continue.
Movember, Lifeline.
Yes.
Black Dog Institute. Desperate for Love, Dog Pound Rescue, just to name a few.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind supporting
some sort of animal.
Animal rescue. Okay, that's very good. We'll come up with exactly what those charities look like and how we're going to actually pull that money together, and we're going to do that. Let's get into it. Fines. Dale. No, I like you, Dale. Charity suggestion. He's given a couple of charity suggestions too. Yep. So this is MND Foundation, which of course it's the big freeze today. That's right. We're recording on a Monday. I can tell you that. Don't have to pretend we're not. Charlie Teo Foundation. So that's in brain cancer research. So like that a lot.
Yeah, good suggestions, Dale.
Thank you, Dale. Very good. Jack Stevenson. Let's get into these fines. The Donny who sits in front of me at every home game. Okay, $3 amount. Like the amount given, Jack. Love listening to your potty while at work. Thank you, Jack. Please don't let us distract you from your work, though. This fine is for the bloke who always sits in front of me at Freo home games. Hopefully you've got a Flagmantle shirt or jumper for him, or for yourself if you're going to Freo home games. Every single time a Freo player gets a mark inside 50, he stands up, pulls out his phone to start recording. I think it's incredibly selfish, as I have basically hugged the person next to me just to be able to see the game. Sure, he's a nice guy, but bloody hell, mate, give it a rest. What are you doing with that footage?
You're not watching it again. You might, once.
Like, what are you actually doing with the footage of someone kicking a goal?
Maybe he's putting it on Instagram stories.
It's a $3 fine from Jack. I reckon maybe get him a KO subscription and just say, go watch this, you know? It'd cost you $10 a week, Jack, but it'd save you a lifetime.
It's a lot of money,
right? No, I reckon it's all for it. Connor, Laura, you know what? You can name the finer if you like.
Connor Lorigan.
There you go, $5. This is for Charlie. You don't get a reply here, Charlie. Don't turn your microphone on.
It's all.
Calling out the Giants fan for wearing opponent's merch and questioning his allegiance, whilst every single week we're wearing the away team's merch at Eagles home games.
Yeah, true.
$5 for every scarf owned that is not Fremantle. Yes, I'm actually an Eagles salty fan.
Okay.
I think that's a fair call.
Okay, very good. I'm not going to take you. I'm not going to take you for $5 for every.
I think five total is good.
Five total sounds good. That's about the level we're talking about here. Keith Pascoe, who gets the fine? Oscar Allen. Yeah, we like this. Chuck a bit of mud. $10 fine. I think that's right. I think he can deserve that. Absolutely love the new podcast, boys. Keep up the great work and epic content. Scully, do you have much a chance to listen to the rabble that is Coasting Home? I'm not going to get into this.
You're reading what you're reading.
$5. Yeah, well, $5 fine for Oscar for answering his own questions that are directed to his guests. Keep up the good work, boys.
#flag_mantle.
I will just say, doing anything in media and content, it can be hard. Especially if you're a young little child like Oscar Allen is. It's hard work. Mm-hmm. Takes a long time to get the flow of things. And sometimes you can speak over the guests. I know I've certainly done it.
He's good. I like Oscar.
Yeah, correct. But like, it's a difficult thing to do to interview people. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. It's not just like a normal conversation because you need to leave the room. You need to, hopefully they're finished. You want to make it sound nice. So it was a $10 fine. I'm going to strip that back to $5 for Oscar.
That's still big. $5.
Well, that's just how it goes sometimes. Riley Nelson, who gets the fine? Dan Const, $1 fine. Explain why the fine is order. Lack of gusto. Full stop.
Lack of gusto.
I agree.
What? Just in general in my life?
Get a bit of shit in you, mate. Get a bit of shit in you. Adam Quill. I like it, Riley. Very good. Whoever uploaded the round 13 Blue Bet multi. Boy, $2. Could be going to Indy here. Could be a bit of a combine.
I know exactly what this is.
The round 13 Blue Bet multi consisted of 3 slides showing the same bet. Fine for whoever was in charge of opening this. One job. You got one job.
Well, we don't have just one job.
It's you.
It's me. Okay, it happened. Then you tried it because it wasn't working on my phone, and then it happened to you.
Basically, Dan fucked up the Blue Bet this week. It was a $2 fine.
Instagram was cursed.
Esther Cooney, I'm just taking this over. A fine for... Come on. Tiahi Corey. Look, I got to be honest, Esther, before I read this out, you've put a fine amount for $100 billion. Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen. You're going to cop a $10 fine yourself, Esther, even though we're paying. Yeah. Don't be writing stupid shit in there.
Yep.
But I'll also delegate $10 fine to Tiahi Corey, who she's a dumbass who doesn't believe in Flagmantle. It's quite aggressive.
That is very aggressive.
Okay, well, Flagmantle, at least you can grab her a T-shirt or a jumper from the BackChat merch store.
Very good.
That's it for fines. We're done and dusted. It's time for this.
You send it, we read it.
What's happening here? We've got a sting.
Yeah.
For you, send it, we read it.
Very good.
We don't have to dumbly look at each other.
And guess when you're going to say one thing.
So, go, Charlie, give me that again, please.
You send it, we read it.
What's happened?
Got an email throughout the week.
Yeah.
Just said, hey guys.
Sent it. We read it.
Yep. Here's a sting.
Yes. That's the end of the story.
Regards, Troy.
Right. Thanks, Troy.
I listened to it. Troy, he's a genius. This has made us a sting.
Yeah, correct.
I just said, like, can we use it? Can we play around with it a little bit? He goes, yeah, here's another one. And that's that one. It's that.
I know you'll be thinking, who's Troy? It's just some random guy. Yeah. I'll tell you who he is.
Yeah, tell us who he is.
He is the Fremantle guitarist that stands on top of the Optus Stadium playing like an absolute maniac.
Yes.
That's Troy.
That's Troy.
And now Troy, not only does he do that, the more important thing he does in his life is make stings for BackChat podcast.
Yes.
Oh, Troy. Bloody love it. That's what gusto is, mate. Just so you know, that's gusto. Or I just gave that. A bit of.
Oh, boy.
A bit of heart. Yeah, you got it. There you go. Tim Mulholland.
Sorry, when you said a bit of heart, I just thought of Brett Kirk. The intro.
Thanks, Basil.
Tim Mulholland, fines clear up. G'day, gents. Just listened to the fines segment and you seemed a little confused, so I thought I'd clear some things up.
I remember this from last week. I didn't know what was going on, Tim.
Okay, last week I fined my brother DMUL, Demal, for hitting my car. Then he fined me for driving the car. The best part is the fine following to Dan about vomiting in the car was to him, secretly sent in by his missus. Hope that clears a few things up. Keep up the good work.
It doesn't, because who's Dan? Dan you? Is there another Dan?
So here's the thing, right? I don't know if I'm confused as well. If his mate Dan vomited in a car,
is it you,
or if it's referring to me? Because I did vomit in a car once on my friend's wife,
right?
And then Beck had to clean it.
Thank you very much for clearing
so
that
I have no idea if that's what he's referring to.
I look forward to your email next week. Thank you, Tim. Jordan Finn. Or Jourdain? Surely your name's not Jourdain. I love it if it is.
Yes, Jourdain.
I love Jourdain.
Cal Morton time. Hey boys, I think it's time to bring back for an episode the OG Poddy member, number 4 draft pick from 2007, Cal Morton. Hashtag Beauty and the Beard. Hashtag Beauty and the Beardless. Hashtag The Beast Squawk Talk.
Beauty and the Beard was, I believe, a name of this podcast at some point in time. It was Squawk Talk.
How many names did you guys have?
It was BackChat. It was Eagles BackChat. There's other names in there. I like it a lot. Carl Morton, consider himself on the list.
Okay.
This is from Pug.
Here he's sending it and we're reading it. Please refer to me as Pug rather than my email/name. Cheers. Well done, that's what we've done.
Yep, absolutely.
Hello, boys. Would love to know Will's thoughts on one of the most known grand final moments in history, the Scarlet Toe Poke. The only thing anyone... So I'm just going to bring my phone a bit closer. The only thing anyone remembers is the toe poke, which eventually leads to a goal. However, everyone completely misses the Zach Dawson leaving his man and running the best part of 50 metres to spoil the ball from Ablett. Unfortunately, straight onto Scarlett's toe. You recall?
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, so my question to Will, had history changed and Saints got a goal from that spoil, as a defender, would you want to be known as the bloke with the golden fist or the golden toe to win that grand final?
So just to clarify, there's this moment in that grand final. It's the St Kilda Geelong one, 2010. Charlie, please look it up. Scarlett and Dawson and Ablett are in the middle of the ground. The ball gets kicked to Ablett. Dawson leaves his man, and it's courageous by all players. It's late in the grand final. It's this moment in time where he reads it perfectly, honestly, gets there to spoil it, and just skims the spoiler a little bit too skinny. So instead of just going bang back the other way, it goes down into the ground. And Matt Scarlett happens to be on the scene. And instead of it going bang out the other way for St Kilda goal, goes onto the toe of Matt Scarlett, bounces off to Gary Ablett somehow. He goes down, goal to Geelong, game over.
Yes.
if the spoil came, like, so Matt Scarlett's the defender with the golden toe. I would rather be the golden fist, which is Dawson. Like, the moment would have been bigger for him. Like, Scarlett, All-Australian, like, genuine jet of the club. He's expected to do that. Dawson was a lockdown defender. He was a Dow defender. Imagine if that was the moment. It's spoiled, somehow ricocheted us and killed her. Goal to them.
Goal.
Would have been epic. So, that answers the question.
There you go.
That's done and dusted. BackChat. We're done. Dan and I are off to do a few things this afternoon. Dan will be wearing his pink salmon jumper all day long, and I bloody love it. Whippersnapper Distillery, we thank you. Blue Bet, we thank you. Shelter Brewing Co., we thank you. Margaret River Roasting Co., we thank you. Pods for podcasts. I think that's definitely a thing. We should do something there. When was that grand final, Charlie? What grand final was it?
2009.
Okay, so I was wrong. Perfect. Another final.
Close.
There. That's it. Done and dusted. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to our patrons.
Andrew Embley tomorrow. Make
sure you tune in. BackChat, _ across all socials, backchatpodcast.com.au. Find us on YouTube. If you were listening, you can watch us. If you watch us on YouTube, thanks for being there. Thanks for subscribing. You can listen to us as well. Do what you like.